Hello again YouTube and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're working on a VW transmission, and specifically we're replacing the bushings inside of the nose cone on the transmission. There are 7 nuts around the nose cone in order to get it off, so once you remove those 7 nuts you can go ahead and pull the nose cone off. To get the bushing out you will need a tap. Both of these taps are in 5/8, just different thread pitches. Choose whatever you like, but it will need to be 5/8. So here you can see I have the tap tapped into the bushing at the bottom end of the nose cone. And we're going to be using a punch to drive the tap and the bushing out of the end of the nose cone. So you want to make sure you have the tap in there nice and secure. There were a couple times where I just sort of started the tap in. I thought it wasn't far enough, and it would just tap the tap out. It didn't start to move the bushing. But here you can see the tap is actually pushing the bushing out, or pulling the bushing out, however. So with just a punch and a tap, we were able to get that bushing out of there. Quick tappa. Now we're working on the inner bushing. So I have it tapped in there, and you can kind of see the same method. Tap into the bushing and then tap the bushing out. So there you can see I try to go about halfway into the bushing. I found that was the best way to get it out. Nice good bite on the bushing. So you can see they're both out, and then we can go ahead and start driving the new bushings in. So I put silicone around it. I'm not sure you need it, but that's what I did. And I just used like another tube to drive that one down. It's kind of an awkward little recess there. So use what you got. You can use a bolt. I had a tube laying around, so that's what I used. The other end is much easier. You can go ahead and just drive this in with the hammer. And once it's flush, you're good to go. So here we have both of them installed. There's the inner, nice and flush. And the outer. Now we can go ahead and put the nose cone back on. Here's the junk I pulled out of it, and they were leaking pretty bad. So we're going to go ahead and replace the gasket. I use Permatex gasket sealant. You can use whatever you'd like. Getting the hockey stick aligned isn't very tricky, but you want to make sure it's into the selector forks there. And this is something you can do like you see right here off the side of the transmission. Just make sure it's in there. Make sure it's seated properly. You don't want the hockey stick just flopping around in there. You're not going to have any gears. So there it's down. We'll adjust the hockey stick, make sure it feels as it should. And just to be sure, double check, make sure it didn't fall out of the selector forks. Once it's in, it's in. It's not really going to fall out, but I just wanted to show you guys that you can double check your work. Just like that, we've come to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video, learned something. If you did, I ask you to go down, smash that like button, subscribe for another one. I'll catch you in the next one.